Hi, I'm Elizabeth Van Tassel from ElizabethVanTasselresilience.com. I'm a resilience expert, and I never asked to be one. Unfortunately, I survived a wildfire that took every possession from us in the middle of the night when we had no time to pack and very little notice when our neighbors saved us. I've also lived through an area that flooded frequently where I grew up, and so I guess I've always had to learn to be resilient. And today, if you are facing an emergency situation where you have to suddenly pack, whether you have 5 minutes, 30 minutes, or you have a longer period of advanced planning coming up, let me help you so that you can be the most effective in that pinch, in that crazy moment. And I'm going to give you some tips right now. All right, what if you only have 5 minutes, maybe 15 minutes tops, because somebody's knocked on your door and they said you must leave? Let me read off a list right now of the most important things for you. First, you're going to want to grab your documents, key documents like a marriage certificate, a birth certificate, anything you would need to rebuild your life. Some credit card information, and some spending money. Get those ready to go. Second, I want you to grab some mementos, and sometimes in that moment you don't think, baby pictures, those irreplaceable special things. Grab at least a few of them, especially for anyone who's passed away, because those are irreplaceable and are really, really important to grab. All right, you need to pack clothing for at least 2 days, ideally 2 weeks, but that's really hard to do when you have 5 minutes. So make sure you have a couple pairs of durable clothes, perhaps a sweater, and realize that whatever you're evacuating in right now, if it's a flood or a fire, it's going to get dirty and smelly and you're going to want to throw it away. So pack so you can get through the next few days, the next few hours. And that's really, really important also to have more durable shoes, because you don't know what you're going to encounter on the way out. You will need a bill or something with your address, because you have to give, ironically enough, proof of residence, even if your residence is not there, in order for your insurance to activate. And also in case FEMA needs that proof. Both of those were very important. We were lucky we had some mail in our car when we left. I want you to bring your checks, and if you can think quickly about grabbing a security box, keys, things like that are really, really critical. And finally, some necessities, your personal hygiene items, prescriptions, glasses, make sure they're with you. Finally, if you have faith, make sure you bring a Bible, a journal. Those important elements are what's really going to sustain you through the next days and hours and help those you love. So if you're having to evacuate and you have a little longer to pack things, meaning it's not that long, but it's 30 minutes to an hour, let me give you some extra items that you can grab in addition to those previously mentioned. Okay, the first thing I want you to grab is your lists. I want you to have address lists, even your Christmas card list, because often those items are not in your phone, but those are people that from your past, from perhaps long in your past, that you do want to keep in touch with. I have to tell you, I'm still meeting people almost 7 years, 8 years later, and adding them back into my list. So please, please bring that with you. Consider sinking your fine china and crystal, anything delicate, in your backyard pool or your neighbor's pool or hot tub. We did not have access to that, but some of our neighbors in the wildfire that took everything we owned were able to still have their wedding china and a few pieces from their past. And when you lose everything, having a little something from who you were helps you become who you're going to be. Grab your uninsured items of value. These are the heirlooms, maybe some silver that may not be covered, or a memento that a precious family relative made or gave you. These are things that either mean a lot to you in your heart, or if the dollar value is there, bring it with you, because it may not be covered under your contents if you have insurance. I also want to encourage you to bring entertainment for your children, because if you are in temporary housing, whether it's a hotel or someone's home that has kindly been open to you, you may have long hours where they need to be a little bit entertained. Having that one thing from home can make a big difference. First aid kit, some blankets, some pillows. If you end up in a shelter, having just those creature comforts, those tiny things may make a difference. And you also want to pack a jacket and a couple of layers. I want you to put some water and snacks in the car because, again, if you're in a shelter, you may not have access to food right away. This has happened quickly. Make sure you have that with you. I hope that you have found these initial steps very helpful. If you have more time to pack and can do some advanced planning, I want you to come to my website, ElizabethVanTassel.com. I've got free, more detailed, downloadable lists for you there. You just go into my products and click the button and it will download to your computer at no charge. The reason I want to do this is you're already facing enough if you're in an emergency. I want to help you. I know what it was like to have to leave in the blink of an eye and to lose everything. I hope you have more time and I hope that you'll avoid what we had to live through. And you'll learn something when you go through that. Let me share my path with you so that your path will hopefully have less bumps along the way. And I wish you well.